Bloody Mary
Welcome to the Bloody Married podcast, where we talk about all things horror while drinking a Bloody Mary. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Tami, and we are totally married. We got our Bloody Marys, and tonight we are reviewing Scream 7 with our special guest, Shaun Springer.
Woo!
I did it.
Yeah. We'll be doing spoiler-free review, and then after that, we'll jump into spoiler talk. So don't worry about spoilers. When we get into it, we'll let you know. And let's do plugs. Website, www.bloodymarypodcast.com. Go there. You can find the Amazon wish list and some merch.
Yep, some cool shit.
Yeah.
Then also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
And hit that bell to get the notification.
Yeah,
Hit that
all
bell
that.
to get the notifications. Follow me on socials, Jesse James Hennessy. I'm somewhere, JJH Productions, Instagram and Facebook.
And I'm at HB Sanitarium for my art.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you
So,
gonna say mine?
Yeah.
I'm at Slothberg for Instagram. That's where I'm most active.
All right.
Yeah.
Slothberg on Instagram. Yeah, I guess before we get into everything, Shaun saw this movie yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it last night for the Thursday night screenings.
And so you've had a day to sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
We're fresh out of the theater and haven't even talked with each other about it.
Nope.
And also, Shaun did see it a second time, which would you like to explain yourself?
Yes, before we get into the podcast.
No, explain your experience. Explain your experience seeing the movie.
Okay, well, let me set the scene. We walk into the theater and we look up and there's a dude in a Ghostface costume just chilling in the back. And we're like, oh, that's cool.
Which isn't abnormal for Scream films.
No.
I'm sure, yeah, they're there all the time.
We're like, oh, that's cool. And we sit down and we watch the movie and we enjoy it. And then it's over and we get up and then
You hear?
we hear someone talking. There's a Ghostface right behind us.
We hear Jesse.
We hear
Hello,
Jesse.
Jesse.
Hello, Jesse. And there's Ghostface standing right in front of me with a phone. And I had to split second wonder who it could be. And I was like, Shaun? And then he
Unmasked himself.
So you were
So my experience was, I was just sad I didn't get to see it with you guys because the last two movies we got to see it together.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Jesse told me, "Oh, I'm going to see it on Friday," he told me the time, I was just like, "Oh, I'm free," and then I was like, "So I'll just leave it open if I want to see it again." Saw it last night, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll see it again. It'd be really fun." And in the back of my head, I was like, "I'll just put on a Ghostface mask, and I'll sit behind them the whole time." And watch the movie with them and get to watch them watch it. So I do it. I go into the theater. They tell me I can't wear a mask, which makes sense. I buy popcorn. As I'm buying popcorn, I see you guys come in. And then I go to the very back of the theater, so it's extra creepy. Because I really want you guys to be like, why is that guy sitting in the way back with, all alone?
And we're really like, that's cool.
I do have to admit, the thought did cross my mind of I get stabbed from this guy.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So,
yeah, I was ready to punch you, just FYI.
And then, no, in the middle of watching the movie.
Oh,
I was
watching the
I was
movie.
like,
Oh, no.
man, is this guy gonna sneak up and
well,
stab me?
And I was worried. So once the movie started, I took my mask off, and one thing you notice is the ushers check the theater every so often. So I assumed they were looking and making sure the dude in the Ghostface mask didn't actually have the mask on. Plus, I was eating my popcorn. But then, as the credits roll, I sneak down to the row behind you, and I sit there because I want you guys to turn around. All of a sudden, Ghostface
I didn't
there.
notice.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there with the credits, and then you guys stand up, and I'm like, well, here's my move. And I'm thinking throughout the movie, I'm thinking a dozen things I could say and everything. And I'm even thinking I just jump on Jesse and just whatever, right?
That's awesome.
And yeah, essentially I just go, hello, Jesse. And my perspective is, you don't even hear me. So you guys just got up and just kept walking. And I stand up and I'm like, what's your favorite scary movie? And that's when you stop and you are looking at my phone because I wanted to record it in case you wanted for the podcast or whatever. And it just felt like 5 minutes went by before you said anything. I'm sure it was
no, it was a couple seconds. Yeah.
But to me, it was just you're and then I'm like, wait, are these the wrong people? Because I have a Ghostface mask on, and the theater lights are still down because the credits are still going. So, yeah, so that was my experience of it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
It was a good time.
Yeah, that was awesome. Well, yeah, Scream 7. We've done some predictions and everything, and I guess we'll just get into basics of what did you guys think in general? Did you love it? Was it okay? Did it suck? And we can start with our guest first. Just one word,
just one word?
Just one word?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go around
just one word. Lavender.
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 No, I loved it. That's 3 words. I loved it.
I also liked it.
Liked it.
I liked it a lot.
You didn't love it.
I liked it a lot.
What the hell, Tammy? I came all the way here.
What did you think?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler-free stuff. What can we get into that's spoiler-free?
I will say the second viewing changed some key things for me in both a good way and mostly good, but in a bad way. Or sorry, mostly good things changed. God, what am I even trying to say? This is the worst. No. So I would say good things got better. Bad things became a little more clear, and then some flaws became more apparent flaws. That's what I'm trying to say. Edit that first part out.
Gotcha. We'll keep it in.
We're keeping
Yeah,
it.
Keep
yeah.
it in.
I also think this is gonna be. I think for the immediate future, this is gonna be a controversial one, for many reasons.
Yes.
But I think it's going to get better with time. Seeing it again already made it better to me. And I walked out of the first screening saying I want to see this again right away. Like I wanted to rewatch the series right away. So I'm a sucker for Scream movies. I have not hated one yet. So maybe I'm biased, but I do feel like now I stayed away from all reviews. I tried to stay away from all headlines.
Yeah.
But now, since last night, I went through and I read a bunch of headlines. I feel like I don't think this spoils anything for everybody, but every review I've read has been very weighted towards Melissa Barrera's firing. They all say, well, once Melissa Barrera got fired, we had to pivot to this other story, and now Sydney's back. But that's the same thing they did when Neve Campbell didn't appear in Scream 6 and because of a pay dispute.
Right.
So that's all the reviews are weighted there. The other thing that's so apparent is so many reviews are also well, Paramount, which is owned by David Ellison, who just is trying to acquire Warner Brothers. I'm like, why are all these reviews mentioning this?
Yeah, they should just talk about the film.
Yeah. So that's the thing I've noticed about reviews. I feel like they're very weighted. But having said that, I think there's some stuff in this film that is ringing a little controversial for some fans. So
I can see this one as being a divisive one. I haven't looked at any reviews yet, but there's a lot. I was surprised by there's more comedy and levity than I was expecting from the actors and the actresses. I thought, I thought the action and stunt work was really good.
It's it's brutal, and it just does not stop. This movie is one long chase scene. Really, in a lot of ways.
What worked for you in this? Without spoiling things.
Gosh. It's always fun to see Sydney. I really enjoy Sydney Prescott, and
Sydney Prescott, who's
or
that?
excuse me, Sydney Evans.
Oh yes, the main
Sydney
character.
Evans,
Sydney
owner
Evans,
of a coffee shop.
And I was, I don't know what to say without spoiling things.
Well, we can start with the saying what the film is. It's Sydney, and she's married, and her daughter's there in a different town, and killings start happening again.
That's true. Yeah.
That's kind of the movie, right?
Yeah. I will say that it's the first Scream movie to break kind of the basic point-by-point narrative that the other Scream films have had.
Very much so.
There was something in the middle that was like, oh, what are we doing now?
Yeah. I mean, there's things 20 minutes in that change things kind of drastically story-wise, and I mean, some of it's stuff that we talked about, like wish list things. As far as within the first 40 minutes, there's 2 big turns that happen that just even just narratively they've never deviated from this. And then the film, again, don't listen to any of this if you want to go in completely clean, but yeah, it's the story goes a couple of different places, and it kind of just becomes after there's an initial kind of incident,
it
becomes just one long chase scene.
Yeah.
With one break.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I'm trying to think of things that didn't work for me, and maybe it's I don't know if I
Can I say the obvious? And this might be a spoiler. Really don't. It's not really a spoiler.
Okay.
But I would just say, in my opinion, it's probably the worst Ghostface reveal in the franchise.
that's
my opinion.
that was my thought, and also
But, yeah.
I didn't understand a motivation, and maybe on a second watch it would be clear.
I'll say I got the motivation, and all last night I was like, man, the story and the reveal and the motivation, it seemed like good on paper but not in execution. And I'll get into this in spoilers, but watching it a second time, it was totally entertaining.
Yeah.
But having said that, I think it's still it'll go down in history as the worst Ghostface. In my opinion.
I was entertained through the whole thing.
It was super entertaining the whole time. I love the kills. That's why I loved all the kills. I thought those were super fun.
Yeah.
Like
there's some creative
really creative
kills,
ones.
and what was it like? Matthew Lillard said in like for Scream 6, it was some quote he said where he thought it was too brutal. And seeing this, I'm like, well, this might be the most brutal of them.
It's way more brutal.
It's way more brutal.
And it's relentless.
And
I mean,
it's
it
like
goes
one,
and it goes and it goes.
Yeah, no, the kills and the action sequences were just stellar, I think.
They were.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, thoughts on where it fits in the franchise with you guys? Like, if you were right now a blind ranking, where are you putting it?
Yeah. When I walked out of the theater last night, the thing I said to my wife was, I think it's my third favorite Scream movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then watching it again, I think it's I don't know whether it's third or fourth. It's kind of like dealer's choice, but and it's also kind of fresh and fun.
Yeah.
Like, but just the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I think this might be like top 3.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay. I would say 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think somewhere
Depending.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle for me.
I'm gonna have to. I just rewatched them.
It does.
I just rewatched
this
them.
This one
all.
really does demand another watch.
It does.
Yeah, more than anything.
Like I can't
more than the others.
I really can't say I need to watch it one more time. I really do.
I do have to say that they do a lot of great fan service if you love the franchise, even with even with like tropes of like who lives, who dies.
Yeah. I mean, just sequences and callbacks. Like there's visual callbacks. There's a montage callback.
Especially from the first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one, this isn't a light spoiler. This is maybe a light spoiler, but where the town has a curfew.
Yeah.
And that's like the montage we got from Scream where the town had a curfew.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think that's a major spoiler.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, I need to rewatch it. And I remember seeing when we went to see the 5th one, and we were like, we have to go see it again, just because we wanted to see it again.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's not the same as that. It's like I want to see it again because I feel like I would appreciate it more if I saw it again.
Yeah. I am proud of myself that I did get my. Well, we'll get into spoilers.
Yeah.
when we, I'm good for that.
He's proud of himself.
He is proud of himself.
Myself. I'm proud.
You
proud
should
of
be
myself. The ending. What did you guys think of just the ending in general?
I think there's a really I mean, if you're talking about the ending, I think there's a great character moment between two characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the movie itself kind of has sets off on this theme that pays off well in the end. And if you're talking about kind of like the final action or chase scenes, it's maybe not the best. It's kind of the way I feel about Scream 2, where I said I think everything about the film's excellent until maybe just details about the last kind of fight scene. But it still works for me. Like again, like this movie was like, I think it's just intense. I think it just never lets down.
Agreed.
No, like never slows down.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff in the ending aside from maybe a couple things we can talk about. Yeah, no, I mean, I think the core of the story is the daughter and the mother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was entertained.
And also trauma.
Yeah.
And how that, the sins of your mother, taking on the trauma mama
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I think that's
And it
been
doesn't
like a
hit you over
theme.
the head.
But it doesn't hit you
Yeah.
over the theme with it,
Yeah.
which
That's
I
been
like.
the theme through like all of them for
Yeah.
the most part, right? I think her trauma, because in Scream 1, she was traumatized from the very beginning because of what happened to her mother.
Right, and
Yeah.
it just compounds, and then she's passing that on to
Yeah.
her daughter.
And generally, what did you guys think of like all the performances from most of the cast?
I think they had a really good cast. I think the key to these movies that Wes Craven always kind of created was like having the fun young characters, really kind of like spending some time with them. And this movie, you get that. I think you get this great amount of like spending time with Sydney's daughter's friends, the relationship between Sydney and her husband. I think that's all like good. I really liked them. I was sad to see several of them die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I don't think this is a spoiler, but Mindy and Chad come back
Yeah.
and they're hilarious.
They are
Yeah,
so funny.
They're hilarious. Yeah, like
They're the best.
I want like leaving this film, I want the Gale Weathers movie. I think the movie could perfectly set up like Gale, just an all Gale Weathers Scream story.
You think
I mean,
so?
like they won't do that.
No.
Well, Sydney will still have to be in it, but it'll be like if they could do a mostly Gale Weathers story, because I want to know what's going on in her life. But I
Right.
think you should do a Mindy and Chad spinoff, or
Yeah, because they're all
if they survive.
light spoiler. They're all working together.
Yeah.
Which that's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys rate it out of 10 Bloody Marys before we get into spoilers? Unless there's more things we want to talk about in this non-spoiler-ish realm.
My heart wants to give it 10 out of 10, but I should give it a 9 out of 10. I'm a sucker. I'm easy. I'm too easy on these movies.
I love Scream movies too. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Now this can change and probably will over time. 7.
Still solid.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go in the middle and go with 8.
There we go.
Because I do enjoy
We're
the
too
kills.
easy. We're too easy.
I know, it's
all
so
these, All these
Scream.
people are throwing their popcorn
I
out the
know.
screen saying,
Ah.
"You guys are just shills for David Zaslav or for David Ellison or whoever it is." Yeah.
So you're on the higher end, you're in the middle, and I'm on the lower end of how
I'm
we...
a sucker
yeah.
for some good kills, and there's
Yeah.
some great kills in this.
Yeah.
There's some really great ones.
Cool. Well, let's get into spoilers then.
All right.
Okay, guys, if you haven't seen Scream 7, go watch it, come back,
Yeah.
and we'll jump into spoilers.
There
Yep.
we go.
Right off the bat, I guess the killers again.
You got it. Well, did you get both or
Well, there's
one you got?
There's
I don't
I
there's
got one.
3.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
There's no way we could have got the one.
No,
There's
that's
no
true.
way
Yeah,
we could have
yeah.
got Carl.
Carl.
Yeah. So I got Ethan and Anna.
Oh, did you say Anna? Okay.
I
cool,
think-
yeah.
I said
remember
Anna. I
you
said
definitely
Anna.
said Ethan, but
I
Yeah.
said Anna and Asa, which was her son.
And you said McKenna Grace.
I think I said McKenna Graith and Ethan.
and Ethan.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Ethan was such a. It's like when you look at the casting, it's like, well, it's gonna be Ethan Embry. He can
Well,
play both.
The second he shows up on, it wasn't the second he showed up on screen, I was like, okay, maybe he's a red herring. But the second he was like, yeah, I'll open the door for you. I'll show you this.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew he was like going to be a killer, but I definitely was like, okay, this isn't just a red herring like the drama teacher was.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
the drama teacher, they definitely kind of gave him those little sneers that he gives to the people, and he's like hiding in the background, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I definitely thought there was more, but I don't know even just based off his first scene, because he's only in one scene.
Right.
Before that, I don't know if based on that one scene, I would have like really assumed he was the killer,
Yeah.
a killer.
I could not understand, and maybe you guys can help me. Her motivation for killing, and was it she was inspired by Sydney to kill her husband, and then went insane and went into the insane asylum where Sydney lives, so she could get out, be her next door neighbor, and make her daughter the new final girl. It's so convoluted.
You're right. It's convoluted, but to me, it felt a lot like the reveal in 5. Because I remember we did the podcast right after 5, and we were all there, just kind of like, wait, so what was Richie saying about being a fan? So it kind of felt similar to that. Like, it was like good on paper, but and watching it a second time, I felt like they earned it more. But I think her whole thing was, and Mindy introduces this. The killer isn't a fan of stab movies. The killer is a fan of Sidney Prescott.
Yeah.
So Anna Camp essentially like was inspired by Sidney to like turn her life around. She was in an abusive relationship, and then she saw that Sidney was a killer, so she killed her husband because Sidney inspired her, and then she wanted to essentially like be Sidney, because Sidney's the final girl, the girl who always is there, who's always like there to like save the day and kill people. And then Sidney disappears
when the big
when New York
murders,
happens. So it's really kind of an FU to not having Sidney in Scream 6.
Okay.
So they're basically just saying this is a fan of Sidney who went mad because she wasn't in Scream 6.
Yeah.
And then she's essentially taking it out on Sidney because of it. It is convoluted, yes. But she essentially, like, when she goes to the insane asylum, she ends up, hooking up with Carl and whatever the other dude.
Did we even give him? Did he even have a name?
He did. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Ethan Embry.
Ethan Embry. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you confused with it, or did you get her motive?
I can see where it's convoluted. I got it, but it was still like, that's where you went. I guess when I'm like, I don't know, because it is like she's a fan of Sidney, but it doesn't tie it anything all.
Well, the best Scream reveals, that's why I think it's like the worst Scream reveal, and maybe motivation, even though I think I understood it more. And watching it a second time, it's really funny. I don't know if you guys like realized how funny they are, because they're bickering.
Yeah. No,
and
that was funny.
I didn't clue in on that maybe the first time, but like she's like hilarious.
She's
the first time I watched it, I was like actually kind of annoyed by her in the same way that I was annoyed with Debbie Salt in Scream 2. But watching it again, like I was like cackling out loud because like how silly it is. So I'm wondering if you watch it again, one, if it'll make more sense, but two, also if it'll be more enjoyable. But I think if you can't, the best Scream reveals are if you can say it in a sentence.
Yes.
I think it makes more sense, and I think this Scream 7, Scream 5, and probably like Scream 2, I think are the most convoluted, and I think you really can't quite like spit it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Like the first one, it's like, how about this? It's like, your mother fucked my father, and that's why my mother walked out and abandoned me.
Oh, no, totally.
Like that's one sentence, and you get that.
And then 3 is, I'm the brother you never had. Your mother ruined my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you.
And
Scream 4 is,
I just want to be you.
I just want to be you. Yeah.
I was disappointed that Ethan Embry didn't get to fight. Like once the mask comes off, it's poof right in the head.
That was kind of funny though.
It was funny.
It was, because she basically was in charge. She's like, okay, just sit down and shut up.
That's
what I need you to do.
That was the other thing I was kind of laughing at, is like he's like trying to like interject and say things, and they have the whole thing where they're just like, well, AI was my idea.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I made you think it was.
There was a scene where Ethan Embry has his mask off, and then there's the other one coming. I really, in that moment, wanted it to be Stu.
Well,
that moment, I was like, oh, those two, their faces together would have been great.
Okay. Yeah. What did you think? So before the Stu reveal, you see Carl for a split second. Did you think that was Matthew Lillard?
No.
Oh, I totally.
No, I didn't.
The dude they have in that shot, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they said it's Matthew Lillard in makeup. The dude, like,
oh, really?
when he grabs his coffee and they're like, Carl, and the dude just like walks up real quick into frame.
Not at all.
I totally thought it was Matthew Lillard.
That's wild. I'll have to pay attention to that with the next watch.
But then what did you think the second like she opens the FaceTime call and it's Stu? What did you think?
I thought I liked his performance, and I really wanted it to be real. I didn't want it to be AI.
I wanted it to be real, but I knew it was going to be AI.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Just because because they set it up from the whole like. Well, they wouldn't made it that easy.
Had they not announced Rowan being back and Dewey being back, I think it would have been different.
Well, yeah, because throughout the whole movie, you're like, okay, I know these people are cast
Yeah.
So we're running out of time, and of course there's I predicted that kind of a sequence where they're all talking
to her.
I didn't, maybe not in our predictions, but
Right.
while I
Sure.
was watching the movie, I'm like, okay, this is how they're going to show
private
up.
predictions that you have.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
private ones. No, I don't think any of us predicted did Debbie Salt was going to.
I think we joked and said like, well, will Mickey and Debbie show up?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Jill? But
The AI thing. It was really great to see Matthew Lillard with the scars and doing it, because that was him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't AI when they actually shot it.
Yeah.
In the movie, it is. I was, after watching it, because we've talked about what do we think about if he returns, if we'd like it or not. And I wanted it. I really wanted it this time. I was like, okay, I feel like it would be fun if they just say it's him, and then it's him.
Yeah. Well, that was my hope. Like, introduce it in the first 20 minutes, and then it's like it's just game on, and that's kind of what they did. Granted, they started talking about AI right away, but I just love that it was like, yep, he's out here. It's Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as soon as when the car pulls up, and in the beginning, and they're like, no, it was Stu Macher was reported at a college party.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, it's not going to be him. It's actually him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just, because they're like, they started planning like all the myth of like, the lore.
They talked about Stu a lot throughout.
all of the fan theories that are out in the universe
Yeah.
for Scream. And I just was like, okay, it's not
I think
gonna be
he
him.
could
I
still be
really,
alive for Scream
I
8,
would
though.
love it.
So here's the thing. When they went to look to see, so the records were gone from his burial or
Yeah.
from the mortuary?
From the morgue.
Did they
yeah.
say they got rid of those, or was that just something in the air that was never?
They said they called the morgue. The person who had done his paperwork died 3 years ago, and then they say, well, so it's either the paperwork's lost,
Or he's
the
alive.
paperwork got destroyed, or he's alive.
Well, I meant, did these killers say they destroyed the paperwork at any point?
No.
No.
Okay, so
So
he
that-
could
I mean-
still be out there.
I think the next one should be your thing of Stu's back for real and he needs his redemption.
Yeah, maybe this is just a test to see what people think about him returning.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Well,
it could
yeah.
be.
I mean, people want him back all the time.
Yeah.
I literally want more Stu.
Yeah.
And more.
That
Gail.
I mean, it was fun having him there, and even if it was AI, it was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun when his face popped up on the screen
I
and
know.
he got the scars, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I wish it was gonna be him, but
Yeah. So I guess I'm glad that even though these were AI characters, it was cool to see them just back in the movies, even for a brief second, like Debbie Salt, Dewey, all those
Yeah.
people.
It was too brief.
Yeah.
But I get that they were really trying to keep the Stu thing going until the very end.
Yeah. Because
and-
you couldn't have the second call be Dewey. Then it's like, okay, it's AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it breaks. So let's talk about the things that they did unscream like.
Oh yeah.
None of the kids were killers,
Oh, and every single kid died.
and every kid died.
yeah.
That was cool.
That's never
And-
happened. It's
and-
always been at least one
Yeah.
student. It's,
And
even
like-
if it
You're
was
right, you're right, yeah.
even if it was an
Yeah.
adult, unless aside from Roman,
Yeah.
like at least one student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and after the first killing, this is what I love about this movie. After the first killing, in a typical Scream movie, you go have the next 4 or 5 scenes. Then there's like another killing that's like just another rando. This was they go home and they're attacked right away. Like
Yeah.
they're walking into their house and Ghostface is coming down
Ju-
from the attic. Dude, that was amazing.
That was great.
That was awesome.
And then Stu and her husband like teaming up to kill the Ghostface, like them fighting.
That was a great
like,
sequence.
Kicking the knife to him and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
that was amazing. It's one of my favorite sequences of the whole
Oh, yeah.
film,
Yeah.
I think.
And
yeah.
then of course Ghostface gets pushed into the road.
And then Gail runs him over with a car.
And this is at the moment where Gail just hits him, and I'm in my head I'm thinking, oh, are we going to do something completely different to now
Yeah.
we go and tell Gail's story of how we got here?
That's what I thought, like, she's
and
been
to who-
tracking-
and to who this is. That didn't happen, but I was like, this could get really interesting. But yeah, they just went and they're like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and in my theater when he got hit, the whole you could feel the audience. The audience was like, ah! And then
awesome.
Gail comes out. People stood and cheered.
Really?
Oh
That's
my god!
great.
It was so good. Oh, that was just like that's like probably best Scream in theater experience like I've ever had. And granted, it was like the opening night, and it was like called like the fan event and stuff like that. And like, so everybody like. There were so many kids in the theater, and I noticed there were two young kids.
Two young kids in the theater.
Yeah, but like last night there was like, I'd say like, I don't know, like at least like a fifth of the audience was like 12-year-olds, which is fine.
Yeah,
but it was that was
good.
Kind of like a
kids
funny,
need to
crazy
watch
thing.
horror movies. Parents, make them watch horror movies.
I think I sent you a photo of a kid standing next to the big giant Screams like knife thing, and he's just there with his little blankie. He's like all cuddled up, and his mom's
cute.
taking his picture.
I was disappointed that like would they when I went up to we got our popcorn, they'd sold like the last of the Scream merchandise. I'm like, God dang it!
Oh, and what's funny about that is I was buying my popcorn. The manager was trying to sell me the cup. She said, "This is our last cup," and you guys were walking in, and it was funny because I said, "No, like my friends who are coming in later, they want it." So
well, someone grabbed it right
someone
before.
bought it.
Yeah,
in between, like,
that's too
whatever
bad.
the 2 or 3 people in between us.
So this thought just came to me: is this the first time that Gail did not fight a Ghostface?
Yes. Well, I mean, technically, she ran one over with her car,
Well,
but she's
no, not like
not like
a
a
chase or a
not a
fight.
She didn't fight them. She didn't kill them.
She was a talking head.
Because we were talking about this when we were going, how like her and Sydney tag team several kills in
They're
this
both
series.
final girls.
Yeah, she also, and I've seen people complain about this in reviews. Gail disappears for a certain point, and to me, watching it like after that interview, Gail just completely disappears until the very end. And to me, it felt like that was like, okay, well, we only have her for 11 days.
Yeah.
So we had to like not write her in.
Well, and I think they're also like playing up. She's got a lot of problems.
Yeah, and that was interesting. Yeah. And
Her arms messed up. She's got to probably take. I think she's probably taking pain medication or depression medicine.
That's why she's like
more.
super sad, obviously. But yeah, like that's why I was like, I want the next movie to be about Gail. And Kevin Williamson in recent interviews has said his goal for his last, when he was doing the trilogy for 4, 5, 6, he said the last film was always going to be Gail's movie. So I'd love it if he's like still maybe planning.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't, even if it's like Scream 3 where Gail was in that movie more than Sydney, like something like that.
Yeah. One thing that I'll go back on and I'll eat my words on is I had said that I thought Joel McHale was such a wild
he was good.
And
I enjoyed him.
In the film, he was amazing. He did a really good job. I believed him. His action was cool. I'm glad that he got the Dewey survival thing at the end. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but we were all like, Joe McHale, really?
Yeah, we were. We're like, that's so odd.
He completely nailed it out of the park for his role.
He did. And I thought they did great as like they had a good relationship, like the chemistry between them, and he kicked ass.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his.
Me too.
It was a sad thing of like not getting Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
And who knows like if that was a contract thing or if they even like approached him or whatever it was like. But no, he was so cool, and like all the stuff between him and Sydney, like you felt like when they were fighting together, you felt like they had gone through some stuff, and like they were like a strong team. I think that was just a really good like representation of their relationship.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Definitely. Yeah, and I like the mother and daughter aspect of that. I like that. The whole plot line of, she never really talks about that stuff with her kid.
Yeah.
And then she has to trial by fire.
Right.
and I thought that
it is one thing, like trying to protect your kids from the stuff, especially now. I'm sure like having her daughter grow up and then now she is the same age when it started really messes with her head too.
Yeah.
Just from how drama works, like that would be hard to have to.
Yeah.
Well, they gave her a good arc because she could barely play a dog in the beginning of the movie.
That's true.
Correct.
And I had two thoughts
funny.
of that when that happened. When I saw it with my wife the first time, they're doing the scene where McKenna Grace is like the fairy and she's flying over, and then Sydney's daughter Tatum like falls down the stairs. I just leaned over to my wife and said, what the hell kind of play are they putting on?
Right? That's it. And then director's like, you're Sidney fucking Prescott's daughter. Where she's a dog for like 2 seconds.
She's a dog in like what like at first I was like, is this supposed to be Peter Pan?
That's what I thought it was Peter Pan, but it was not Peter Pan.
In Scream 2, there was a whole thing of like it was the story of what's her name, Cassandra,
right?
And it was like so tied into like the theme of Scream 2. I was like, how is
now we got a deep dive to see if this is actually a play.
And I thought it was so ridiculous while I was watching it. I was just like, this is stupid. Like, she's a dog.
Yeah.
She's a dog. And then like last night I was like, I was thinking about the plays we put on in my like high school, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's like perfect. That's actually like kind of
that
perfect.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And this one too was the one I think we talked about where what if it was just people that weren't related to anybody for any reason? And that's
what it was.
That's what we got. We got there was no ties to the past.
Yeah.
No actual bloodline connections. Yeah. Just
crazy fans, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this and Scream 5 were the only where they were just fans.
Yeah.
Other ones had blood ties every time.
Well, Scream 6 was revenge for 5.
Well, but I guess it's blood ties through.
But it's still blood ties through.
Yeah.
And technically, still 5 brought you Billy Loomis's daughter, and there was still ties to the past. So this is truly the only one that has zero ties to the past. It's just about Sydney.
Yeah.
And who she is as a person.
So that's just funny to me in the sense of like this. The second they knew they were going to have Neve Campbell back, they were like, let's have the person just be pissed that Sydney was in Scream 6. That's basically the whole point. Yeah.
But then make it a little convoluted than that. I mean, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
But
I really do think that this has probably the best action and stunt work of the films. I'd have to watch them again.
It's just like brutal. It's not as like technical like Gale in the sound booth from 2, or like I don't think there's like or the ladder scene. It's not that, but it's just like relentless. It's just like a chase that goes on all the time.
It is.
And there's some weird like logical flaws. There's things where like people turn and people aren't there, and then they turn.
Yeah.
So there's that kind of stuff, but I kind of forgive it for just being like there's like a whole like cat and mouse like chase between Tatum and Ghostface just like in the town. You know, and even though there's some cheesy little like shots and stuff in it, like I was just kind of along for it the whole time because it was just kind of like relentless.
Yeah. Well, what I was trying to tell you in theater was her boyfriend Ben looks a lot like Trevor, who is Jill's boyfriend in 4, but with blonde fucking it was like Trevor, but they frost tipped at him.
When I heard the word Trevor, I went to Wonder Man, and I'm like, "Why are you talking about Ben Kingsley?"
Not that Trevor.
I'm like, no, let's keep watching.
Spoiler alert: I haven't watched Wonder Man.
So what did you think of the opening?
I thought the opening was great. It didn't involve phones the whole time.
It didn't.
So I was excited about that. Even though we saw basically the whole thing.
In the trailer, right?
In the trailer, there was just great shots where Ghostface just kind of appears in the background, then disappears. And they always have the Ghostface statue in the background, but at some point there's like a swap. So like watching it the second time, I was waiting for the swap, and I didn't quite see it. But it was like the 2 actors were great. I hadn't really. I think I'd seen the guy in.
I've seen the guy, and I can't remember where I've seen him before. But
the girl she's in Landman. Show. That's all I think I've seen her.
But I really liked the when he rolls over and gets her. Yeah. But then he sets her on fire. He fucking sets her on fire, and that's brutal. Like that is another like we've never had them. They stab him and move on. You know what I mean? Like
so here's a question. Maybe it was explained. Why did they do that? Why did the killers go to that house and kill them and burn it down? Was it just to get Gale back into the town?
Well, I don't know if they would have wanted her in the town. I think it was just signaling that it could be connected to Stu. Although no one on screen ever says, "Oh, it might be Stu because he burned his house down."
I got it.
I'm just like projecting that.
But they never really said a reason why they did that.
No one on screen ties it to Stu Macher, but at one point a cop goes up to Joe McHale and says, "Hey, we just got a call from Woodsboro. Stu Macher's house burned down."
So it's just another way to start to push the Stu.
Push the Stu stuff, and then also trigger like, oh, if Stu's house burned down and people are dead, like Is something coming?
Yeah, it started again.
It started again.
Yeah.
But
One of the moments that I liked so much is when they first meet Ethan Embry, and they're talking to him about Carl, and then they're like, "Have you seen this guy?" And right away he's like, "Oh, that's John." I was like, "Wait a minute, maybe Stu is alive."
Yeah, because that I completely thought he's like, "That's John. He was a guy who was here who lost his
Memory.
mind." So then I was like, "Oh, so he's just out there."
Yeah. Well, and I think I was for the longest time I've been the person who's been questioning whether or not Kevin Williamson could direct a Scream movie, just because he hasn't directed a ton of movies. The one movie that he had directed that I saw, Teaching Mrs. Tingle, I thought was like really bland or whatever. But the dude's obviously like been around Hollywood for 35 years or whatever. I thought like those little moments like that where the dude like right away is like, "Oh yeah, that's John," because it's directing moments like that really like exceeded my expectations, because I feel like if Wes Craven did that shot, he would have like Ethan Embry like, look one way, look the other, and then say, "Oh yeah, I know that guy. I think he went by the name John."
Yeah.
But the fact that like right away is just like, "Oh yeah, that's John."
Yeah.
Like it sold that moment.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
It made me believe that Stu was alive. And in my heart.
It did give you a little hope. You're like, "Oh wait, really? Is he?
Yeah.
Is it John?"
Yeah, I'd say it was just my biggest complaints then were the killer reveals, I think, for me, and motive.
Yeah.
It's weak. I think there's no way around it. Like even watching it a second time, like I don't think they gave Anna Camp's character, Jessica, I don't think they gave her enough. She has one scene where she's like drinking coffee with Sydney, and that kind of establishes something, but she's a little too like Debbie Salt Wild in other scenes,
Yeah.
where she's like, "Stay away from that house until this is over." Like,
I don't like the way you're looking at my son.
Well, then there's a part in my head, where you're watching these movies and you're like, okay, so who isn't here in this scene that could be the killer? And then I'm like, when her son dies, like, okay, there's no way it's not her now.
Yeah.
Because she just that kill was cool.
At the very beginning, I was like, "Where the hell is Carl?"
when they put his head on the beer tap and then the beer comes out.
Beer comes out his mouth.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah.
What were your
great.
guys' favorite kill from the movie?
Okay.
I know my number one and the number two. My number one kill is the double gunshot face to the ending lady.
Yeah, okay.
And you got to shoot him in the head, and they unloaded their clips to where she had no face left.
Yes.
My second favorite is the one I just said, where she puts his head on the beer tap, and then beer comes out. Because I did something similar with a beer can, which is really fun to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess mine, if this counts, it's when Ghostface gets killed by Gale, because the way they did it was like, I mean, he just gets
hit by the car,
smacked like Final Destination smack.
Yeah,
that was cool.
And part of what I'm thinking is like, oh, okay, how's he going to get away from this one? And then the next shot is him like rolling under the car 3 times.
Yeah.
and then it was almost like, and then they cut away, and I'm just like, wait, he's not going to get up.
Not busy.
Because they always do the thing where they come back and they say he ran away.
Yeah.
Like that surprised me.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he's dead. And then they looked up like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's Carl.
Yeah.
I would say I loved the I really did like the drop from in the beginning, the chandelier one, and then just rolling over and being like, oh.
Yeah. And then burning her alive.
But I would say probably my favorite, I liked the McKenna Grace one.
That one was good. That was really good.
Fun.
There's so many good ones. Yeah.
And then he gutted her, which, I like a good gutting.
You really saw the splash of those guts.
Yes.
That was like the, oh, okay, like they're not gonna hold back.
Yeah.
This isn't trying to be PG-13.
And then I would say the beer tap one. That was pretty great.
Oh yeah, nobody picked the gunshot to the face one, but me.
That was great. But I really, the one that I always, that would probably stick in my head the most is the chandelier one, actually.
Cool. Nice. Well, yeah, where does Scream go from here? I don't know. Do you know if this is doing well? Do you know? I haven't read anything.
People like it? It's tracking for the biggest Scream opening.
Oh, wow.
They put out like I never follow Rotten Tomatoes stuff.
Yeah.
But the Rotten Tomatoes score is like lower. There's people like, again, everything I see online, like on like Reddit and stuff like that, it's all just like screw Paramount for this, you know, blah blah blah. I know they're trying to buy Warner Brothers.
And there were like like the Palestine protests,
Yeah.
the red carpet. I heard
there
or
was
something.
Palestine protests, and it's like, and I get there will be people who will watch this and like and say like, you know, they didn't like certain aspects of it, and I feel like there's a lot of people who are just gonna like not like the ending. You know, I think that's gonna be its like legacy is like, oh, that's the one with kind of the killers that, you know, had a weird motive. But it looks like it's gonna open to the biggest Scream box office debut, and we'll see what happens after that. It had been rumored for a while that Scream 8 is already gonna happen, but
it's at a 6.1 on IMDb.
Well, and IMDb is always hard because usually everything's about a 6 to a 7. If you look up like, I don't know, look up any like popular movie and it's probably at a 7.4.
Yeah. So this is interesting. This is just, I just pulled up.
It is getting review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes too. It's getting review bombed on a lot of things because of like Palestine and but the Melissa Barrera thing tied to Palestine comments. And,
Right.
So this is an actual thing that's in production. It's called Scream Lives.
I'm sure that's fake. I mean,
Writers by Kevin Williamson, stars Matthew.
if you want, you can just make your own thing called Scream Dies, and it'll be on.
Gotcha.
IMDb.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a behind the scenes video thing that someone put there. It's like a featurette, like a 30-minute featurette that's going to air on HBO.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what do you think will like if there is an 8? What do we get?
I want Stu back for real. I want him alive, and I want a Gale story.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want because I really want
Scream Ventures with all the people.
Tara and I always forget
Sam?
Tara and Sam's story to have been wrapped up. I don't know if that'll ever happen because I really wanted to see that come together. That's probably not where they're gonna go.
Yeah.
How much more can you do with Sid now?
Yeah.
Like,
say that.
Right? She, I don't know I don't know what I want with an 8. I want more, but I guess I don't know what I want now. I really wanted Stu back. That's the thing. Like, I really wanted that other killer to be Stu. So I want one where Stu's just fucking back. Maybe someone's tracking him down. And that work with a Gale movie. They're just on the case, tracking down Stu, and they find him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would
He's
work.
just working in a soup kitchen somewhere, and he just turns his life around. And,
Yeah. What if he wasn't lying? What if he was a John Doe and he is out there?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could kind of go anywhere with it. I mean, who would have thought right after we saw Scream 6 that this is what we got for Scream 7?
Right.
Yeah.
This
No
is
way.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neve Campbell's back and starring.
And she's, you know, I think she's kind of got Paramount by the balls, which in a good way, because everybody demanded her back. She came back. She got a giant paycheck. It was reported she got $7 million for this one.
Damn.
And good for her. And and she's a producer, and she's been doing so much promo. And when she does her promo, it's great to see her like she's like in charge. Like she's like the voice of it. Because another thing they did, and this was my favorite thing about it, is we only got one theatrical trailer out of this.
Yeah.
We got some other TV spots, but all those TV spots basically use the same stuff.
Yeah.
We never saw half the cast. We
Yeah.
never saw any other plot points aside from house burned down, Sydney's daughter's stuck in the wall with Sydney.
Shoot her
through
the wall.
Yeah, I do think it would have gave away too much thinking about it. Like you could have
I'm glad they didn't.
you could have maybe showed more interaction with the kids. You could have showed the play.
Yeah.
But
oh God, please show us the play.
Yeah.
right?
I just want to see the whole play.
I mean, if you're going by template, well, if they continue this storyline, the next one is her daughter's in college. Yeah. Much like how 5 did the same thing. Well, now they're in college. Are we going to follow that
follow
template?
her. It's just in their bloodline. It's just they're just going to be followed by psycho killers no matter what for the rest of their lives.
I'll be honest, and this isn't a strong opinion. I didn't really like her daughter's nothing special. Like her daughter was good. I'm not itching to see another like Tatum.
What
movie.
happens to Tatum next? Yeah.
I think she was good in everything in the movie, but like right now it's like I kind of just want legacy stuff again.
Yeah.
And they said they talk about like this film's all about nostalgia. That was like Mindy's like speech.
Yeah.
For this one.
Yeah. Oh.
And I was the most like against like a Sydney movie. Like beforehand, I hated Scream 7. I ranked Scream 7
You did.
last. No, like bring it on.
Yeah. More Scream. Like, go watch it so we can keep getting more.
Right. I want more of the twins too. I love those two. They're hilarious. I thought it was funny, and they're in the bar and like, God, I don't want to get stabbed again.
Yeah. I feel like this film and the last film, like I think Gail kind of got the short end of the stick in a lot of ways. Like in Scream 6 specifically, like she kind of just shows up. They kind of do there was some weird character stuff in Scream 6 where she still wrote a book anyways.
Right.
Like that was disappointing after like how endearing she was in Scream 5. And then like in this one, she kind of just shows up, does the interview, and then kind of pisses Sydney off. Like, I don't.
And then they kind of reel it back with, her talking about Dewey. And like, how would you feel? And then she, had a little heartfelt moment. And then you saw her in physical pain, in mental anguish. Yeah. So you get some sympathy from her.
Yeah.
And why not have like a 65-year-old woman against Ghostface? Like, I mean that like seriously, like I'm like gunning for like the Gale movie now, or the Gale story.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Well, and then just how Sydney realizes that like when she was like the only friend I ever trusted. Last one was Tatum. Yeah. And then realizing, well, Gail, regardless of their contentious relationship sometimes, because Gail is Gail, she's been there the whole time, helped her kill multiple ghost faces, and if she's going to trust anyone, it's going to be Gail.
Is there a world where we get all of them back together again? The Tara and Sam and Sid and Gail?
I mean, if you look at
did the actors not like each other?
I haven't seen anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's been any hints in the media that like Nev dislikes the other actors.
I think it was all business stuff,
But people have been very vocal about Melissa's firing, and definitely the online with fans, the tide turned more in her favor. And the same way after Scream 6, like when it was announced that Sydney wasn't going to be in Scream 6,
people were mad.
Everybody was pissed off. So if the reaction to Scream 6 got us Nev back, then maybe the reaction to Scream 7 will get us Tara and Sam back.
We'll get a Stu back.
Oh God, right? No, well, I think everybody's going to walk out of this saying they love Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
Well, he was great.
It was great, yeah.
So I have a question for you. So in our theater, for some reason, the first trailer we got, and you were there, was for Black Phone 2 that came out last year, and then we got modern ones. And from what I understood was Scary Movie trailer was supposed to play. Yeah. Like, I wonder, did they get them flipped around? Did you get a Scary Movie trailer in your
We got the Scary Movie trailer.
Did you get a Black Phone 2 trailer?
No, not okay.
No.
That was a fuck up.
The only thing, because I mean, they have to, like, so physically, someone has to like go to a computer board. All those are programmed in. Sometimes those are like pre-programmed, like from like the studio.
From the studio.
But mostly it's the person who has to select those. But the only thing I can think of is like it was like an old file that didn't get deleted. And they hit it. Yeah. We should actually talk to the theater because I saw the trailer and I was like, is it coming back to theaters?
Yeah, we're like, wait, are we seeing Scream?
Well, my first thought was this is like just how the Scary Movie trailer intro is. Oh, yeah. They're making fun of Black Phone. But then I was like, oh, no, this is just a Black Phone. This is a fuck up. And then I saw like one of the theater people come in and watch this. And I think I saw her talk to someone behind her. Yeah. So they were like, what?
They're like, Kevin, you did it again. I know you. And Kevin's just like, I love Black Phone 2. It's coming back.
That's awesome.
You need to demand it.
Well, do you want to see Kevin Williamson keep directing, or do you want another director? Who was supposed to be the director for the one before was Christopher Landon.
Yeah. I mean, way back it was going to be Radio Silence. Yeah. And then it became Christopher Landon.
And now it was Kevin Williamson. If say Scream 8's a go, do you want him to direct it, or do you want another director, younger, fresh take?
I mean, I'd welcome Kevin Williamson back. I'd be excited to see him do it again. I think
he did a really great
job. I think he did a great job.
Yeah, he like knocked it out of the ballpark. Yeah.
And I think especially it does help with like Nev Campbell having a relationship with him all these years probably makes just makes it more comfortable on set with like, no, I trust you to make these choices. I trust you to do this. that kind of thing.
Well, and she said this, I just saw this interview today. She said that she was the one who hired Kevin Williamson for it.
Oh, wow.
So she said, specifically, she said, when I offered Kevin the job, we both cried and we talked about it because I knew he wanted to direct one of these for a long time. So I don't know.
She's in charge.
Yeah, I mean, and good for her.
Yeah.
As she should be. She's
So
Cindy fucking
then-
Prescott.
Yeah, so she's starring in part 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep these going.
I mean, you know, it would be weird for her. Like, she tried to disappear more than once.
Yeah.
And every time,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen. Like, then a killer comes out and fucking tries to kill her again.
Yeah.
So, like, do you stay hidden again? Do you just be like, yes, I'm Cindy fucking Prescott.
Yeah.
Come at me, please. I will kill you every single time.
No, I imagine she goes back to work at the coffee shop and,
Yeah.
you know, goes about her day.
The kids come home from grandma's, like it's all.
Her other two kids, like,
Well, I mean, this really opens an entirely new fear of like, okay, so now just randos can come at me.
yeah.
And I mean, I think that's even worse. Again, that's why I think like you could do a Gale centric story. Like Sydney could still be a big part of it, but it's like you could frame it all around like Gale.
Yeah.
Maybe someone's coming after Gale this time, and Sydney and Mark come in, and then Tatum's there, and they do their back-to-back gun thing where they're swinging the guns around
That's
like a John
awesome.
Woo movie. That was full on John Woo.
Yeah.
Were you disappointed that some of our predictions weren't there? Were you disappointed that we didn't get like a flashback sequence that we all kind of talked about? We thought might have been cool.
I think the way the final sequence with the AI going through the house, so Sydney goes into the house and then all the TVs come on.
Yeah.
So the first time I watched it, I was kind of excited to see who's popping up, like, oh my gosh, who could be next? This time I watched it, all I could think about is like, do you know how hard it is to like connect your Apple TV to like a TV? let alone
Who's in the house turning them on and off?
yeah. Let alone have a universal
Ethan
remote
Embry
for
is just
multiple monitors.
Ethan
Like,
Embry is in the back.
Yeah.
And she's the one
that's literally.
I mean, he did work for Google at one point.
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
I worked for Google.
I used to work for Google before I became
but
someone
that
at
doesn't
this.
mean he's good at audio, video, within a home space. But
Worked at Google, and
Yeah.
now he's at a psychiatric
Yeah.
as a nurse.
I don't like the look of the it was almost like virtual Stu's house.
Yeah,
And
that was
looked,
weird.
It looked like a late 90s
Yep.
CD game like Myst or something, where it's like it turns over and there's a wizard in his robe and he's like, "Come, traveler, I've seen you come from afar." And I get that they I don't know, when they were making that they probably knew
That's what they were doing.
that. But it's funny how they have a whole scene where they're like, wow, this deep fake is really good. I don't even know if I can tell. Look at the shadows and stuff. And then it's like they get to that reveal and it's like so cheesy.
Yeah.
And I like that they aged up the actors. They had to age up Stu for the storyline.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the fact that everybody else was aged up,
Yeah.
it was kind of like, well, why?
Yeah.
I thought that
why
too.
did
Like, why do we have Debbie Salt that's 70 years old? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why didn't you just fucking de-age her?
Yeah.
If you're gonna go that way, why do you have Roman in his 50s?
Well, they ran out of money.
Yeah, Roman still looked good, and I think it probably was honorable to the actors to
Yeah.
just say like, hey, you're
Want to
this
come
is
in
who
there
you
and
are.
do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what that virtual going through the house thing reminded me of was like a DVD menu, like when you push it in
yeah.
and it goes through the room and then it goes press play, go into that room and you can watch behind the scene features.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
hopefully they do that with the Blu-ray release.
could you
That's
imagine?
how it is.
Roman's there just introducing.
Yeah.
If you want to have the director's commentary,
Yeah.
press this button.
Well, I think either Kevin Williamson or we should direct the next Scream movie.
I'd be up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would just bring Stu back, and it's just Stu the whole time.
Yeah.
All Stu.
I'll
night
do
long.
all day.
I was disappointed that there was no Cotton connection.
we were talking about that.
The heart of my hearts, I wanted a Cotton Weary connection.
Yeah.
One thing I told you guys, what if they show the kill of Cotton in Scream 3 and then we hear a baby cry and it
Yeah.
pans
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and Ghostface goes to a crib and there's a little baby reaching up
and there's
for his...
a 50% cotton in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and history has told us that production of Scream movies is hectic.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen?
This is true.
You know, anything could happen. There could be all sorts of pay disputes. There could be different things. There could be rights issues.
Yeah.
Like I don't know now. The only Scream movie that really seemed like it was like a guarantee was Scream 6, I guess. I don't know. Like, because Scream 5 happened and then they announced Scream 6 right away.
So when do you think we'd get a next one? Do you think we're going to get one in a year, or is it going to be a couple years like this, or do you think now it's going to be some time before we get one?
You know, the momentum of like it's doing well at the box office, unless there's like a major drop off because of like review bombing and stuff like that, like that sadly become like a real thing.
Yeah.
Like that could slow things down, but I don't think with like a giant box office weekend, they don't at least like green light it.
Yeah.
Whether or not that movie comes out soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Kevin Williamson will probably want a big pay bump.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got a multiple picture deal for this. I don't know if Sydney or, you know, Nev Campbell got one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows?
Cool. Well, we all liked it.
We did.
We all were entertained.
Always
I want to
entertained.
see it a second time to see if my score changes.
I do too.
7 is not bad.
No,
Yeah.
and 8's not bad. I just feel like you said, like watching
ending.
it a second time,
Yeah.
you get a different,
Yeah.
you get more out of it.
I
So,
think the ending's always going to be
the ending,
pretty convoluted, but I mean, watching it again, I was more entertained by the ending.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and overall, I think it was more entertaining even a second time. So yeah. I think it held up really well.
Cool. Called the killers again. That was me. I did it.
Yeah, there we go.
I called one.
You did?
No, I thought she would be like Stu's sister or something, but
Well,
I was really hoping you'd be wrong at least for once. Only for
Me
like
too.
only for
Me
your
too.
own because the next time you're automatically just going to assume you're right.
yeah.
Like, you
I
could
do
just
want to
pick
be wrong.
anybody.
I didn't get the motive, so that's good.
Yeah.
And part 6, I was like, well, this is going to be the motive. And this one, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And still kind of don't.
Yeah.
Well, anything else?
Any
before
final
we
thoughts?
Get going here. Huh?
no. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know. There's probably
I'm sure there is. We'll turn it off and we'll be like, oh,
forgot to
and then
talk
we
about
forgot to
that.
talk about this.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Our Bloody Marys are dead.
so are we. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Sean, for
creeping in the
stopping
theater.
by.
I'll see you sometime in about a year when we get a Scream 8 trailer, baby.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
What did you think of Scream 7?
Yeah.
You like it. Where does it rank in the franchise with you? Do you agree with us? Disagree? Let us know in the comments.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bloody